It's time now for Media Watch. I'm joined by Diptyque Laurent on set. And Diptyque, you're starting with that ongoing diplomatic spat between Iran and Saudi Arabia with the Hajj pilgrimage set to begin this Saturday.
That's right, Thomas. We're seeing very different opinions coming out of press from Iran and Saudi Arabia. Not a surprise. Let's start with Al-Alam, which is an Iranian television network that denounces what it calls the Saudi silence over its crimes and calls it the biggest catastrophe for the Muslim world. Now, on the flip side, the Saudi pro-Saudi newspaper Al-Sharq Al-Awsat says that the Lebanese group Hezbollah has actually joined the Iranian boycott against Hajj and has even gone as far as issuing a directive to its members, telling them not to participate and threatening them with dismissal if they do. Allegedly, according to this article here, a Twitter user under the name of a defected Hezbollah member says the group could even send some of its operatives posing as pilgrims to create chaos during the Hajj period. But ultimately, who really suffers from all of this? I think this cartoon really says it all. This is also from Al-Sharq Al-Awsat, the Saudi paper. You see Ayatollah Khamenei, that sort of imposing figure there in black, the arrows representing the barbs and insults traded between Iran and Saudi, and in the middle of it are the pilgrims who are suffering from all of this.
This is a dispute that could further escalate with reports of other countries that are also taking sides in all this.
Well, Morocco is one such country. They've already come out in defense of Saudi Arabia a few months ago. They did it again today, according to a Moroccan website, which reports that the Foreign Affairs Ministry actually released a statement basically hailing the Saudi authorities for ensuring the security and comfort of pilgrims. Now, there's not a real blanket support from Sunni countries towards Saudi Arabia. The reason being that Algeria is actually one such country that launched a citizen movement 6 months ago calling for a boycott of Hajj, but for very different reasons. What they say is that, it's sort of a money-making operation. They denounce the fact that pilgrims have to pay huge amounts of money, endure really difficult conditions, all the while filling the coffers of the Saudi regime. So they really denounce what they call this sort of commercialization of Hajj.
Okay, let's move on to another story now. And a lot of the American media is buzzing over the embarrassing statement of a certain presidential candidate.
I think embarrassing is actually very kind. It's a real shocker, this one. Gary Johnson, he's an independent presidential candidate who will be competing against Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. He's the third most popular candidate in the U.S. He was interviewed on U.S. TV today and was asked what he would do about Aleppo if he were elected president. His answer was, "What is Aleppo?"
Ouch.
Ouch, very much so. Now, of course, the presidential candidate is sort of backtracking furiously now. He's actually candidate for the Libertarian Party, and in a statement he said, "Okay, look, it was I shouldn't have said that. I blanked out for a moment, so forth." But what we're really seeing, even more than this, is his apology there, where he says, "I'm human, it happens, so forth." But what we're seeing more than jokes or lampooning is really that social media users want to remind him and possibly others who don't know what Aleppo is, that this is Aleppo. Pictures like this, the aftermath of an airstrike. The U.S. investigative show Frontline has posted this, a link to a report that it did about children in Aleppo. And we're also, the New York Daily News has posted an article directly addressed to Gary Johnson, giving him 5 simple facts, including a photo of Omran Daknish, the little boy who, of course, we all cannot forget, who kind of became the face of Aleppo.
Sure. Okay, well, let's end with something a little bit happier now, Diptyque, and that's something that Star Trek fans are going to be happy about.
It's Star Trek Day, if you like.
Wow.
Yeah, there it goes. I've announced it. Star Trek Day. Star Trek 50 is trending all day on social media. The reason being the famed Trekkie show is actually turned 50 today. So Facebook.
Happy birthday, Star Trek.
There we go. Now, Facebook very kindly has released a set of emoticons for Trekkies to express their emotion in different ways. William Shatner, he also he tweeted a message, "My best Bill." There you go. And we've seen a whole bunch of different reactions from Nerd Knight, who says, "Thank you for everything." That's a very sweet tweet. And NASA, who also say, "Listen, you inspired space geeks everywhere." And even Albert Einstein has come back from the dead, I guess, to tweet this: "Live long and prosperous, Star Trek. Congrats on 50 years."
Tributes there from far and wide. Thank you very much, Diptyque Laurent. That was Media Watch.